Hi guys, with the right-wing press raising alarm bells over the idea of a future Labour government wanting a better relationship with the European Union, the crazy wing of the Conservative Party are desperate to find some benefits of being out. However, not all Tories think this way. Lord Rose, the chairman of the Asda supermarket chain and a Conservative peer, was asked about the last 14 years. Rose pointed to 2016 and the Brexit vote, and while he's correct that it has had a massive impact on Britain and a semi-permanent drag on the economy, I think he's forgetting some of the reasons people voted to leave.
If you look at the last 14 years through a rear mirror, it's not been terribly exciting.
It hasn't.
What do you mean?
Well, don't I mention it, but I have to mention it because you've given me the cue to now. we are the architects of our own demise, and our own demise started in 2016 when we made the ridiculous vote to come out of Europe. Now, you would say, well, you're an old moaning Remainer, but of course I am. But of course, if you look at the stats, nobody has yet convinced anybody that coming out of Europe was the right thing to do. And by setting the barrier so low, if you like, at a 50% majority, most of those people, dare I say it, who were the 1 or 2% who got them over the line to get us to do Brexit, have died because they were mostly older people. Ask young people today if that's what they wanted. Ask if that's the right thing to have done. Ask business leaders to now, are they happy with the result? And the answer is no. So we made a big mistake. Everything that has happened since then, apart from the one big factor which nobody could have predicted, COVID, has a link back to what we did when we came out on Brexit.
He's almost correct. There's a few things I disagree with, but when it comes to, the linking back to Brexit, pretty much all of the problems that businesses are facing today are linked in some way to Brexit. Lack of access to workers, the higher prices on imports, stuff like that, raw materials. So a lot of this and pretty much everything links back to Brexit in some way. Now, where I disagree with him is not that the problems, the rot set in 2016, is set in long before that, in 2010, when the Tories started their drive for austerity. Now, this was, of course, a policy to cut public services, to reduce government spending on public services, and we saw the impact of that. Something like 300,000 people killed as a direct result or indirect result of austerity. We saw the toxic environment. We saw a focus on punishing people on benefits and immigrants. And of course, this all led to and fed into the Brexit vote. Because when it came to 2016, 6 years after the Tories had taken over from Labour, people looked around and said, have things improved? No, they haven't. Now we have this opportunity to give the government a bloody nose. It's not a general election. We can focus on one issue and we can use this to punish the government. And that was the Brexit vote. So many people, not everyone, I'm not sure how we could ever even come up with a percentage, but a significant number of people voted to leave the European Union in order to punish the government of the day. Because the government was saying, no, you need to vote to remain in the European Union. The Conservative Party in power, people saw a rise in poverty, in food banks, they saw their communities collapsing, and the government was turning around and saying, look, we want you to vote the way we want you to vote. And many people rejected that, and they used the Brexit vote as an opportunity to punish the government of the day. And what happened? David Cameron disappeared and returned later on, and the Tories remained in power, and they ran with the idea of Brexit. So remember, a lot of Tories were not on board with Brexit. Boris Johnson was sitting on the fence. Liz Truss was campaigning to remain. But at the end of the day, many of them saw an opportunity to use it to further their careers in a way that many Conservatives before the Brexit vote thought that, it was going to go a different way. But I think it's important to realize over the last 14 years, the Tories have done massive damage to the economy, massive damage to society and public services. But this did not happen. This did not start in 2016. It happened much sooner. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.